All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome into an emergency episode of The Last Word. The main event is going in right now. We will be here throughout the entire main event, and we will have a full post-game show after Survivor Series is over. I am the coach. Over 13 years combined inside the WWE. My partner is always here on The Last Word, and inside the Behind the Turnbuckle universe, of course, is Big Tommy C. Big Tommy, the men's version of the War Games, is getting ready to go into the ring as we speak. Can we bring Tommy on, please, to a two-shot? Thank you very much. Tommy,
Yes,
good
sir.
evening, sir.
What's happening, Coach? And why are you wearing giant gear? Please, do you want to be a loser?
I wanted you to be very comfortable tonight on the show.
Not
That's
comfortable.
all I wanted to do.
Not comfortable.
All right, coming up in a little bit, our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza, will be joining us here on the show as well. But I love doing these watch-alongs. I kind of like doing it this way, Tommy. I enjoyed the first part of the show, but sitting through this thing started at 3 o'clock. So we're 2 hours and 36 minutes in. And if the men's main event is anything like the women's War Games match, it was 45 minutes before we could even have a finish. So right now we're staring down the barrel of a 4-hour PLE. So settle in, because then we'll have a post-game match after that. How have you enjoyed the night so far, Tommy?
A little up and down for me. The beginning of the women's was slow with Nia starting it out, but I thought Io and Tiffany stole that match definitely. Io and Tiffany are tremendous workers in the ring. They told stories in the ring. The two corners when they did the flip was amazing. I just thought they stole that match.
I didn't think they stole it, Tommy. I thought they saved it.
Okay.
I thought it was a horrible match. I thought it was sloppy. I thought it was silly to start Nia Jax and Bayley. Because to me, when you're starting a PLE and it's one of the big four, as we are watching Sami Zayn coming out right now, are we going to get 10 entrances, Tommy? Do you think we get 10?
I don't know. I would think we would.
No, we won't get 10. They're already all right.
They're right there.
Oh, they're right there. Okay, they're in there.
Yeah.
They're in there. So I thought it was really sloppy, and I don't know why you would start two women in that War Games match. And it's not Bayley's fault. Nia just can't go real quick, and she was gassed about 8-9 minutes in, and so there was a lot of laying over in the corner. There was that chair spot, didn't come close to her face, and she sold it like she got shot. Those type of things, and when you're fatigued and you can't catch your breath, those are the type of things that are going to happen. And I would have saved her to the end to come in and just lay everybody out. And we'll discuss more of that as we get into the post game show. But out comes Sami. They're all wearing kind of matching gear, Tommy. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it looks sharp. It looks sharp. I bet you Sami starts the match off.
All right, so let's guess who's going to start this match off. You say Sami Zayn?
Yes.
I'm going to say Roman's definitely going to be last coming in, because they're way too smart to book him to go the whole hour and some. Because that's essentially what you're asking somebody to do, Tommy, is you're asking somebody to go over an hour. It's kind of like being in the Royal Rumble and coming in number 1 or number 2. You're asking them to do that. All right, RJ says it's going to be Jay. Jordan says he agrees with me. If you have any questions or any comments, put them into the chat. We'll try to get to as many as we possibly can. Oh, and now CM Punk. He is going after the Bloodline 2.0. Oh my God, Tommy! I just got it. Is anybody else that's watching right now? Is anybody else having a problem with their Peacock going from the show to a promo back to the show? Because I'm starting to get pissed off, Tommy. It's like the fourth time it's done that.
Mine just went to black for like 2 seconds and came back.
Scott says, "Hey guy, I know you probably talked about this, but will they push Nakamura?" Scott, we're gonna have a full post game show. We haven't even got into that, but we will, coming up as soon as the Survivor Series event is over. So you want to stay tuned for that, because I do have my thoughts, Tommy, on Shinsuke Nakamura and how they allowed him to win tonight.
I know. I think we're thinking on the same page too.
Yeah, over LA Knight. A lot of you coming in right now as you are getting notified, and that's exactly what you do. You turn on your notifications every time we start a show. Ding, you come in and join us just like Scott has done, RJ has done, Jordan is there as well. So keep it coming. Um, Black Number says, "Hey, this is dope, coach. Just found this. Thank you, Black Number. Tell all your friends. We're here every single big pay-per-view at the end, and then have a full post-game show. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate that very much. All right, Tommy. I got to tell you, Roman Reigns is in.
Wow,
He's showing off right now.
dude.
This is a flex by him.
Yep.
Remember, he never came out with a shirt on, or I mean, he never came out without a shirt on. And the brother's been in the gym. Look at
Yeah,
him.
he is shredded.
Acknowledge me, Tommy.
He is shredded.
Acknowledge me.
My wife is jumping at the TV with my daughter Sarah. They're jumping at the TV coach to get at Roman. Sorry, it's TV. You can't get at him.
Jordan says Jay is coming out last. See, this is super smart. So you got 2.0 in the cages right now. Then you've got separate entrances for Jimmy, for Sami. Who am I missing? Roman.
For all of them. For all of them.
Yeah, CM Punk's already. So then Jay's going to get. Wow.
They all got entrances, but the other guys didn't. That's crazy.
All right, so I like the fact that they're waiting for Jay to come out last.
You know why?
What?
He's going to get the biggest pop, and the crowd's going to go nuts. They've acknowledged that.
I wonder when they were going over this match this afternoon, or maybe yesterday, and they told Roman, "You're not coming out last." It'll be. I wonder how that went over. I'm dead serious, Tommy. I wonder how that went over.
Yeah. Good question.
Look who's in the chat. My man Steve Scott from DTL Golf. He says, "I thought the wrestling match started Ohio State Michigan game today." Steve, no doubt.
Yeah.
No diggity, no doubt. If you're coming in, please hit that like button for us. It really helps the show grow as we continue to grow the Behind the Turnbuckle brand. Rafael Esparza, our numbers guy, will be here shortly. We're going to be here through the end of the night and also have a full post-game show, and we'll go through every single match on the card tonight. I think the favor is a title match for CM Punk that they teased last night. Tommy, did you watch SmackDown last night?
Yes, I did. Yes.
You know what they're talking about?
As the favor? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
I have no idea what the favor can be.
Do you think it could be a title match? Or
Well, I would assume it's a title match.
Oh, look at the entrance. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you save him till the end. You bring him through the crowd. Look at this crowd. Are you kidding me right now? This dude is over like Rover. Holy smokes. 17,000 strong, Tommy C.
And Roman's in the cage.
Wow. Producer man just said he thinks it's a numbers advantage is the advantage. Coach, look at this. Maddie, Mr. Marijuana, says Coach and Tommy, g'day from
Australia.
Western Australia. We are worldwide, Tommy. We are worldwide, big dog. Worldwide. Maddie, welcome to Behind the Turnbuckle. Turn on your
I was always an international, right? I was always an international, right? I was always an international, but never went.
You booked everything. You never got your ass on the plane.
Never.
Oh, Tommy, look at this. Oh, how good must this feel for Jey Uso to have all of these stars out there and he gets to come out last? That's a big deal, guys. If you're watching right now, for a match like this to be the last guy, that's a really big deal.
It is huge. And like I said, Roman's in the cage. He is in the cage. I wonder who sat him down. Had to be Triple H to say, hey, man, this is what we're doing. How do you feel about it?
So I've seen rumors, Tommy, that Roman has, look at them, they're just yeeting the hell out of that place. By the way, been to Vancouver many times.
Yes.
They're going to be celebrating the New Day, 10 years in Seattle on Monday. Yep. Tommy, you remember one of my greatest Seattle stories. We'll talk about on the Last Word Monday night.
Yep.
But I had one of my greatest nights ever And then 6 days later, it turned into a nightmare. We'll talk about all of it Monday night on The Last Word. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You have a story for every city.
I do.
I know.
Have him climb the cage and enter and yeet at the top. That's exactly what they did.
Yep.
My goodness. Matt says best show going around. Tell all the people in Australia. Hell, we'll come down there and do live shows if it makes sense, Matty. Tell the good people. Now Tommy might, because that's a really long plane ride for him.
Wait, you have to shoot me up with something.
You can't even fly like an hour, let alone fly.
I got
24
used to
hours.
it. I mean, I was on the road for how many years, so I got used to it.
Oh my God, stop it. All right, we've got a lot of new people coming in. So ask any questions you want. I was a part of, for anybody who's brand new, over 13 years combined inside the WWE. Tommy over 32. We have combined over 45 years inside of the WWE. Nobody knows more about what goes on to prepare these matches and these nights than me and Tommy C. I'll be honest with you, Tommy. I don't like WarGames. And the reason I don't like WarGames is it takes too long to get things going. For the women, we were 45 minutes in, and then you hear the announcer say,
now it's time.
And now the WarGames is starting. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
What was all this stuff?
45 minutes in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was telling my buddy Herbie. It takes too long. It takes way too long. This is a WCW thing, by the way. This was never a WWE original idea. WarGames was always a WCW thing back in the day.
So for people who don't know what the matches are, Daniel, text me. I can't understand you when you're talking when I'm talking, big boy. So just text me. We'll be all good. By the way, Tommy, we have already in the first, what are we on, 12 minutes? Our largest live audience we've ever had already in the first 12 minutes in the history of the brand. So thank you to all of you watching right now. We're going to be here all the way through the main event, and we will also be here for a full post-game show after the main event. But all of you guys who are watching, you guys are amazing. Was this a Dusty thing, the WarGames, that is? RJ, question to you, Tommy.
I want to say yes. Dusty was a big guy into the WarGame stuff and these tags and teams and stuff like that, but I'm not 100% sure. But this never was a WWE original idea.
I remember in my head it was like kind of like a black. I remember it was not very collarish, meaning it didn't have a lot of bright colors, if I can remember correctly. Back when they would do it, right? Everything was kind of black and dark and gray, and that's kind of what it was. All right, so the match has started. And they're starting with Jey Uso for the OG Bloodline. And then are you a little surprised that somebody different didn't start for 2.0?
Am I surprised? No.
Yeah.
No, not at all, because this guy can go in the ring, man.
See, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's what the women didn't do.
Yeah. No.
Give me two that can go for 5 minutes.
Nope.
You know? So you're absolutely right. I wonder what order will... So if I'm putting in the order, L. Davies says hopefully something will happen tonight. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic, Tommy, for something big to happen at the end of this match.
Yeah.
Do you have a prediction?
Me?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Here's my question right now, though. Here's my question right now. Where's the wise man? Shouldn't he have come out? Why would he come out?
Has anybody in the chat seen the wise man and we missed it?
Well, he is there. He is there.
Is he at ringside?
I know. I saw him. I mean, he's in Vancouver because I saw the pre-show and they showed him walking or he was drinking coffee or something like that. But why didn't he come out with them? He represents them, right? He's the one that brought the fifth guy in.
Well, I mean, he did bring CM Punk out, but then I don't know. That it's interesting. I have my thoughts on that in a moment. Matt says, do you guys think it'll be happy ending everyone hug Bloodline 2.0 with new member, or will they pull another surprise to try and do the Punk moment?
I don't think there'll be a surprise, but in my own opinion, I think Solo's group is going to go over here. That's what I think.
So you think 2.0 will go over?
Yes, sir.
And I said that after the sit down that we saw on SmackDown, there's no way that Roman can look at them, man. Look at Roman. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Roman's in the back of the cage. Could not be bothered.
Doesn't even want to be bothered. Yeah, that's little subtle signs.
subtle. For anybody watching right now, try to pay attention to little things that a lot of the really top performers do, whether it's Paul Heyman, whether it's Roman Reigns. Did you notice right there? He's in the back. He couldn't be bothered. He's cool for school. He's got the swagger. He's like, I'll get out when it's my time to get out. In the women's match, it was like everybody was clamoring. They couldn't,
Yeah.
if I'm, and Liv did a spectacular job that we'll get into later. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. These two guys are flat out going.
Yeah.
We're going to get 5 really good minutes,
Mhm.
and then we start to have the different things start to come into the ring. By the way, Tommy, did you notice how all of the weapons for the women were in the wrong spots? I wonder who ripped them on that.
They couldn't find him.
Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find anything. If you smell, oh, interesting. L. Davis says he thinks The Rock is coming back tonight.
Bronson's coming.
All right, here comes who's going to go. It's going to be Bronson Reed. I think you're maybe 15, 20 seconds ahead of me, Tommy.
No, but he was still in the cage when I said that.
Oh, okay. So he's walking. Yeah. You have him walking to the
cage
now
right now? Walking, yep.
Yeah, so now he's looking.
He's looking for
enough with the.
He's looking for a Twinkie. I know I would be. All these chairs.
So here comes Bronson Reed. And
great
move. That's what you do.
That's
and Jay's just throwing one chair after another. Wait a second.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Come on.
So Jay had the advantage. So Bronson gets to come in. How big of a star do you think this guy can be?
I told you, man, I'm comparing him to Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow ended up being a pretty big star back in the day. And Bronson Reed's probably, I'm going to go out there and say, probably a better athlete than Bam Bam was back in the day. I think he could be a big-time heel in this company and move his way up pretty fast.
So a couple of names that we will not see tonight, and very interesting, is now we're having a 2-on-1. Let's bring in now the third member of our broadcast team, our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Survivor Series, Rafael. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. This is fantastic. Saturday, get to watch football, get to watch wrestling with you guys. I mean, it's what a great evening.
Doesn't get better than that.
It's been the damn WarGames in college football this week, and holy smokes, nobody wants to go to the playoffs.
No.
Nobody. We'll hit on.
I think the Giants can maybe not make the playoffs now, the college playoffs.
I think you're right. We've got a lot of new people coming in tonight. Coach was always a standout to me. No surprises, Vince noticed. Tommy sounds like he should be booking with Coach. And yes, where is Wise Man? Exactly. I feel like sometimes, Rafael, we do the show, and then WWE does something exactly like what we say. I feel like they watch BTT all the time.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, that's part of the show.
Yep.
I think so. All right. I'm sure there's a surprise cooking, probably still in the back. Is it too much to say Brock will return? That could be another one, guys, because the Wise Man's been with 3 people. Tommy, he's been with Brock, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. And 2 of those 3 are in this match tonight. Your thoughts?
And by the way, doesn't he live up here in Vancouver, somewhere up here in Canada? Like he lives in the sticks.
He lives
somewhere,
in
right?
Canada, 100%. He lives in Canada. Yes.
So get a little private jet, come to Vancouver. Triple H will pick up the tab. And, man, if he came out, it would blow out what happened with CM Punk last Survivor Series, meaning the crowd would go ballistic if we saw Brock Lesnar. I would go ballistic.
I would go nuts.
Yeah.
All right, in comes the other Uso brother, Jimmy Uso. Rafael, how excited now we got 2-on-2. How excited would you be if we saw... I mean, I think the internet would blow up for a lot of reasons that we don't need to get into, but he's been radio silent, and if he came out tonight at the end of this and just cleaned house, holy smokes. What do you think, Rafael?
Yeah, that would blow up the internet more than college football playoffs today. I think he would probably trump everything that happened today in college football playoffs. And he does live in Canada, and I know he's really close is what I'm hearing, that he's close to returning. So maybe this is the time to return. If not, it has to be Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble, we're going to have some big names. But I would love to see Brock Lesnar come out today.
Oh, I think we're going to see the biggest Royal Rumble we've ever seen in the
Yeah.
history of the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yep.
When it comes to stars and Cena, Rock,
Cena, Rock.
we've heard a lot of rumors, but most of them are from dirt sheets. And for anybody watching right now, don't read dirt sheets. Come to BTT.
Yep.
Don't read dirt sheets. I've never seen a dirt sheet writer backstage ever.
Mm.
Ever. They don't know. Jordan says, was Heyman ever ringside during a WarGames match? I don't know the answer to that, Tommy. Rafael?
That's a great question.
I want to say maybe once because you used to have that big phone and everything, and he was in WCW at the time. I'm going back to that era of War Games. I would say I bet you he was there at least once back in the day at WCW. Currently at WWE, since they've had this concept, I don't think he has been.
I wonder what the odds would be on that, Rafael.
That's a good one. I'm rooting for Solo in this match. They opened up 2-1 favorite and got bet down. So we need Roman Reigns to and his crew to win this one. A lot of action came in on Solo.
Wait, is Solo to win?
Well, Solo to pin. I put up that prop late. Solo to pin. I was gonna put Solo pin Roman Reigns to win the match, but I just didn't have enough time in a day to put up extra prop bets. But we need Solo's group to win this match.
What was the most bet today of anything on the Survivor Series card?
The Intercontinental Championship. I don't know why so much money came in on Sheamus. I have no clue why they were betting Sheamus. Like it was like no like.
Because
it was a great
match. Tommy. They were listening to Tommy all week.
Yeah, I guess
got to win. 15 years and Sheamus has got to win. I don't know why they don't give him the title. Well, now look, Tommy's affecting odds now. He's moving lines.
Thanks, Tommy. I'm sweating wrestling matches a half hour ago, and now I know who I can blame.
All right, now there's a third member. Who we're going to go with here? Solo.
Oh, the Beast.
Solo dictating.
The Beast.
Oh,
this is a bad dude.
I think he's one of the most athletic, if not the most athletic big man in the, listen to me here, history of the WWE. This dude can flat out go. It's amazing what he is able to do at the size that he is at.
Mm-hmm. The agility he has is unbelievable. And you know what? We all know these Samoan guys can go, but man, he's a level up from everybody else.
He really is. And he's coming off somewhat of a leg injury that looked nasty as hell when it happened. Let's go back over here. Does Punk eat the pin or win for his team to further the storyline with Roman and the Wise Man? Ryan, it's a great question. Rafael, let's go to you on that one.
I can see him eating a pin. I've seen him do a lot of stuff that I didn't think he would do coming back from the WWE. Bleed as much as he has. So you can tell he's trying to get in his good graces backstage with some people who don't want him there. So I can see him eating a pin.
Okay. JNXT fan says Roman looking like the star quarterback on a bad Division I team. Nothing is bothering him. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
I love how they're Tommy, this is something the women I hope all the women who were in that match watch this match and realize that even if you're in the cage, it doesn't mean you have to stand there and say nothing. It doesn't mean you have to stand there and do nothing because the camera may come on you at any time.
Yes.
And Roman is such a seasoned performer
that
he understands that.
Yeah.
He understands that. And then what about Solo in the back just standing there and using his fingers? Just using his fingers.
Yep.
I mean, these guys are so good.
You know the difference too, Coach and Raph, is that all these guys can go. All these guys can go in the ring, man. You put any of these guys one-on-one, they can go in this ring. Where the women's, it was different. I mean, to me, Tiffany and, like I said, Io Sky. But the rest of them, like we saw in the beginning, man, Bailey was just talking through that match with Nia. Like Nia was her first time in the ring. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad. There was 3 women, and then I thought, why are you even there? Like they didn't even look like they didn't want to be there.
They didn't. I've got a lot of thoughts coming up on the post-game show on that opening match. It was like walking through quicksand, getting all 10 of them out there. I would just open the cage and just let them all go. How about that unique? That was a really unique move they had using 3. It was almost like it looked like Jesus Christ up on the cross or something like that. All right, we're 14 seconds away, and we are out. What are we into this thing about? Well, We're about 25 minutes in, and
Yeah.
we still have 3 more from that side and 2 more from. So we still have another what, guys? Oh, look at Roman.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
Roman
blocking Punk.
he tells Sami
This is coming
Zayn
back.
to go.
This is coming back in the end here.
This is cool.
Wow.
No eye contact.
Wow.
Nothing but the arm. And Sami Zayn, you better. This is so awesome. This is really,
Wow.
really cool. So now here comes Sami Zayn. And there are 2 left, I believe, on both sides now, right, guys? 2 and 2
Yes.
still
Yes.
left in the cage.
Boy,
By the
can
way,
you
how
imagine?
cool was it? Go ahead, Tommy.
No, can you imagine in the match they're all in the ring and an accidental chair shot from Punk and hits Roman? If that. There's a lot of speculation right now, guys.
Everybody gets ice cream bars.
Ice cream bar for you, an ice cream bar for you.
Boy, they're
All right,
telling
so
the
now
story.
it's Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed over there in the corner. And this just doesn't it just feel like it has like such a faster feel to it than the first WarGames match today. And now look at this. CM Punk is pissed. He is pissed that he's not in the match, but he should be thanking Roman Reigns. The match can't finish till everybody's in there. Why would you want to be in there before you absolutely had to?
This is great. Dude, if you just had a camera ISO'd on them two, you could tell the story right then and there, right, Coach? If you had the
100%.
camera ISO'd in that cage with Roman and Punk, they're telling a story just by their looks.
They look
You
like
don't
Tommy
have
on
to do a
Thanksgiving
lot.
making fun of his
Oh.
wife on the other night.
What's that?
They look like Tommy and his wife after Wednesday's show.
Rafael, you don't know that Michelle's literally standing about 2 feet off screen,
Yeah.
and if he even looks in the wrong direction, he's
I'm
done
back
tonight.
in the shed.
Yeah, it might be me and you, Rafael, for the post show. I'm just saying. And you know what's funny is that you know my legendary story that we tell about Michelle and flying to a certain city and waking up to Tommy's wife straddling me on the plane. It happened. True story. Do you know where we were? You know where Monday Night Raw is this week, Rafael?
Not off the top of my head.
Seattle.
I'll help you out.
Sure.
It's in Seattle. Do you know where I was flying with Michelle Carlucci, Tommy's wife, as she was straddling me at 37,000 feet, where we were going to land?
Look.
Seattle?
Seattle! Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, no! There she is! Michelle, I wasn't telling any stories.
What?
I wasn't telling... Uh-oh.
What?
Yes? There's only a couple of thousand people watching. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
She's out.
She's out.
She's out.
I told her that.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Uh-oh.
Now. Okay. We just
Boy.
continue. Everybody's watching, right? We've got a huge live audience. Thank you guys very much. You guys have literally, this is the biggest audience we've ever had live, by the way. All right. So now, I mean,
One big thing. Do you notice the cohesiveness in that cage with those two guys? And then the difference between Punk and Roman? Wow. That tells a lot, guys.
This is where when Paul Heyman and Triple H and all the guys are sitting around doing the long-term storytelling, these are the type of tentpole matches that they have to stop and say, okay, how can we use this match to further the storyline into the end of the year and get all the way to Royal Rumble? Because even though it's a busy time during the holidays, they don't do a lot of, there's no PLEs, they're already advertising for Elimination Chamber, for God's sake, which is in March. You know, they're like, man, we've raised the ticket prices so much, we got to start selling stuff 3 months early. Is what it is, I guess. If you're just joining us, thank you very much. This is an emergency episode of The Last Word. Rafael, Big Tommy. I am the coach, over 45 years combined inside of the WWE with the 3 that you see on the screen right now.
I got 0, Coach. I got 0 years in WWE.
I was trying to give you credit for new people. They don't know the difference.
That's right.
Right? You could have had 8. Tommy could have had 24, and I could have had 13.
Yep.
I didn't want to take any plug of you guys. You guys worked a lot. You guys did a lot of days when you guys should have had some days off. So you guys earned everything that you guys got.
Well, thank you. And a lot of those days I had to work with Tommy's wife. So
Yeah.
those were like double days. Those were like double days.
No time and a half. No time and a half.
Never.
Oh, geez. Guess who's in the chat? Our resident DG. What up, boys? Love seeing my favorite
DG's
BTT
in the
guy,
chat.
Big Tommy C. Yeah. He's taking a shot at me and Rafael. See the men know how to use the chairs. That's exactly right. There's a way to use the chairs. Bronson and Umaga comparison. Well, RJ, he looks a lot like him. Umaga was my guy, right? God rest his
Wow.
soul.
Yes.
I love that guy. I
Yep.
love that guy so much.
Look at
Maddie. Can we pay Maddie from Rafael? Maddie's in Australia. He says we were so privileged to have these legends making their time to do this live. Maddie, thank you. Man, I wish everybody was as nice as you. That's awesome. That is
Thanks,
awesome.
Maddie.
Bam Bam comparison is awesome from Bronson. So Solo and Roman are the last two for each team, it looks like. So do you think, because now we're starting to see, okay, so now Jay 2.0 is really starting to dominate. So now, guys, both Usos are down. It's a complete domination right now of 2.0, Tommy.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's going to get very interesting when Punk gets in the ring and then Roman gets in the ring. This is when it's really going to pick up. And they're telling the story all the way through this match.
Look at
started
CM
from
Punk
in the
right now.
cage.
Look at Punk. Look at Punk.
Oh. Holy
hell
crap.
no. CM Punk just said, hell to the no. And here comes
Wow.
Punk, and they just locked Rowan in the cage. Remember that moment, guys. Remember that moment. That was really cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, this is great stuff, guys. And they're not
This
even
is
touching.
so good.
They're not even touching each other, and they're telling the story. And that's what you do. Look at these guys. They're all ready.
Boy, I wonder who's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, look at
one
this.
of those two guys are going to be on Netflix.
Is he going to wait for Roman? No way.
Wow. What's he doing? What's going on?
He's going to wait for Roman?
No, he can't.
No.
Stand there for 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going after
the
the
toolbox.
toolbox that he used against
On Drew.
Bringing it forward. Now the entire 2.0, well, at least 3 of them. Oh, boom. Boys, I ain't running into that toolbox. I can tell you that one right now. Look at this. He is just...
Oh.
You guys notice those quick camera cuts?
Yes.
Yes.
That's how you make it look really, really good.
Done on purpose.
When he's barely touching him.
Yep.
But the camera cuts like make it, right?
Yep.
Scott says, do we think Cody Rhodes comes out tonight? I do not.
No.
I do not.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. It's got to make sense. And that makes no sense. What does he care about this match? He hopes they kill each other. He doesn't care. Right, Raph?
Who would have made?
I would think Drew McIntyre would come out before Cody Rhodes comes out.
He has been gone for a minute and nobody's been talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, look. He got up.
Wow. Wow.
Dude. Good spot.
You know how hard that move is to do? I only pulled it off like 2 or 3 times in my career. That's crazy. And that was a joke, guys. Okay, don't listen to my jokes. Don't listen to my jokes. I've never thrown somebody up in the air, caught them, and then did a backdrop. That's bananas. That's bananas.
I think me and my brother did when we were kids.
Although when we're off tonight, Michelle might do it to Tommy the way he's going.
I wouldn't mind it.
It's like Vince. He likes to have a guarantee. That's very true. L. Davies says, don't read Meltzer. Ever, 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 ever. By the way, you guys remember what I was getting raked over the coals for with the whole Bianca Jade?
Yes.
I think I'm right on that one. We'll talk about that in the post game.
Yep.
This is the first Survivor Series in the Triple H era, so a huge surprise should be coming. Scott, I agree with that.
Here he comes.
Here we go.
Here he comes.
Solo. So this is what I would have done, guys. I would have left Roman.
Uh-oh.
And now look, we got a little face-to-face. I mean, look at those two studs. I mean, those are studs in the wrestling business. You cannot manufacture storylines, superstars,
Wow.
stars in general. You either have it or you do not have
Yeah.
it.
Look what they're doing.
They all stood
The
there and
one.
waited.
Yes. So tight.
And remember, we always talk about on the show, guys, that there are certain matches that you apologize first before you go out. Slamming that door. Watch this right here. Look at that. He's pulling nothing.
No.
He's pulling nothing.
Nope.
And how about again? And this is the angle you show it, and it looks like he blasts his
Yep.
head off.
Yep. But that's the way they want it. That's the way they want it, and that's the way it should be. Like that. Pull nothing.
Tommy, you're so right. You're so right, Tommy.
Yep.
Okay, so now all 5 members of 2.0, if you're just checking in with us, welcome. This is the last word part of the Behind the Turnbuckle universe. Rafael Esparza, Big Tommy C. I am the coach. We take care of you every single week. So many different shows that we do. So now 9 of the 10 are in here in the WarGames, the main event. And it is the 2.0. And now Solo is just directed traffic, Tommy.
Wow. We know who the boss is on the 2.0 side. I can tell you that right now. And they respect him. It's Solo.
Yes, they do.
They're a well-oiled machine. Where the other guys just a little out of sorts to me.
I think they want to make it look that way, and they're doing a great job of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Are you kidding me right now? He jumped all in one motion.
Yeah.
Oh, now Bronson Reed, what are we doing?
Oh no.
What are we doing? You got
Look at
oh
this.
my God. Oh, Sami, much respect for taking that.
Thanks for coming.
Do you guys have any idea how scary it is when somebody like that is in the air coming down on you?
You do. I don't.
Oof. Let's look at that again. Look at Fat.
Look at that jump.
Oh,
I mean, that's the dude's 300 pounds.
Yeah. I'd blow my knee out. Oh,
Tommy,
look at
you
this.
blow a lot of things out if you do.
I blew my knee out just watching.
Yeah, right? Rob, we'll get to that women's match. We got a full post game coming up, but I agree. Her chair shots were terrible. Coach,
it's night and
you guys
day.
know what the face women winning earlier will correlate into who wins this match. I don't think that'll have anything to do with that, Scott. I really don't. I think really, guys, if we're looking at it, we'll say one's really good and one's really bad. If you just want to break it down as simple as possible, this has been awesome. And look what they're doing now.
Locking the cage so Roman can't get in.
But in WarGames rules, nobody can climb out the top or they're
right.
out. So are you allowed to climb in? Because Io did it in the women's match.
Oh,
somebody have a TV on? I'm hearing a TV in the background. We need to mute all TVs, please.
Sorry, that was the Texas game.
Okay. For some reason, my my remote control is not working, so I'm stuck on the K-State Iowa State game. I'm not watching the main event.
Coach, what's going to happen here?
All right, so here comes Roman, and the door is locked. Look at all the selling going on.
Wow.
Look at all the selling going on. So now Roman's going to try to get in. He can't get in.
You Superman? You can't. Did they take the keys too? Oh, look at Solo. Such a great heel. And just stomping his boys, man. Look.
It's almost like he was born to play this part.
Yeah.
It really is. So now he's looking up. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going to go on. So this is kind of similar to the women's match. So we're about 35 minutes in.
Here we go.
30 minutes. And now Roman is climbing to the top.
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at that dude get up.
This surprises me. But he said, screw it. I'm going to get in. This means something. Now Bronson, look at those
Why ain't
ropes,
the other
guys.
guys helping, though?
Look at those. Oh,
that hurt.
Trust and believe. That does not feel good, Rafael.
Where are the other guys?
Jacob Fatu, future champion. No question. Oh, now here we go. It's Solo. It's Roman on the top rope. Coach should try to do the media scrums. It would be so lit.
Yeah.
A certified, best believe I'm going to be doing. Oh! Roman just took out all 5 of 2.0. And now look at the selling in the other ring, guys.
Yeah,
Look at his teammates.
I'm saying, come on, guys.
Oh, what a move! What a move! I'm telling you, the weight that look at that.
Good
That's
shot.
your number 1 star right there, boys.
Yes, sir.
That is your number 1 star right there. He takes his time. He's not too impatient. So many young talent think you got to speed read through a match. You don't. Not if it matters. Not if they care. Not if the fans are into it.
Uh-oh.
And he sells it with just his eyes. He sells the match with just his eyes.
Wow. He blew right by
Rafael.
Punk. He blew right by Punk. He didn't even help Punk up.
All right, so now we've got turmoil within the same team. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
What'd I say?
What do we just used to say, Tommy? Business just picked up.
The wise man. I don't think they ever made the announcement, Coach, the WarGames begins. Did you hear that?
Well, Tommy, I don't have my sound on. I'm trying to do a live show here. And we're trying to kill all. I'm sure that they said it. And I believe Slim Jim is a sponsor, if you guys didn't know already, for tonight's show.
What?
All right, so now all 10 are in. The match has officially started. 37 minutes in. 37 minutes. Now it's officially started.
Bananas.
Something's got to happen tonight. Something's got to happen
tonight.
And I would kill those media scrums. Wow, that was epic. Bronson Reed, Fatu. You guys are great. Keep the chat coming. Love all of the chat.
There we go.
All right. Chat is good. Biggest audience ever. Here we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. All right, let's predict. Rafael, who's going to make the pin? Who's going to take the pin for you?
I have Roman Reigns pinning Solo. I'm going chalk.
You're going chalk. So you have Roman pinning Solo.
Yes.
Tommy, you think 2.0 needs to go over to keep this thing going, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So who do you have pinning? Who do you have taking the pin?
I think Solo pins Jimmy because he's closer to Roman than Jay is.
I can see that.
Fascinating. Yeah. The only reason I would agree with Jimmy is the rest of them are what a cool shot. The overhead shot, double splash. But for some reason it doesn't have the same impact when you do it in a match that Bronson Reed is in.
Yeah.
Right? Because when he does it, he bounces off the canvas, and it's super cool. I'm going to go with, I think Solo goes over, and I think Solo goes over, and I think they will. Oh my God, who's going to take it? I think it's got to be Jimmy also, but only because Jay's red hot, Roman's red hot, and CM Punk is red hot.
Yeah, Punk will not do the job.
Or Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
You know what producer man just said?
What do you say?
Punk robs Roman of the pin. Book it.
I could see that.
I can see that.
I could see that.
I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah, good point.
So you guys think the CM Punk could turn on his own team?
Absolutely. On Roman.
Oh, yeah.
On Roman.
Yes. On Roman. Yeah.
Yeah, but what about the other guys? They want a victory. Yeah. You got to remember the win matters. The win absolutely matters. You want to be able to go into. I say the heels win because of the infighting between Reigns and Punk. In GST, I think we all agree on that. I think that would make the most sense. There was no way it was going to end right there. This thing's got to go at least an hour, about 40 minutes in. I still think we're another 10 or 15 minutes before we see a pin. Oh, did you see right there? Maybe a little bit of a miss spot, but he took out CM Punk there on accident. Remember that spot, guys. Remember that spot.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, this is the last word part of Behind the Turnbuckle. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. We've got a lot more stuff coming up. We're going to be starting on DirecTV, on Amazon Prime, a brand. Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh no!
The sell of the knee.
Sell of the knee. As I was saying, first of the year. You'll be watching us every single Wednesday. It's going to be a roundtable show. Rafael will be there. Tommy will be there. A lot of former WWE superstars will be on the show as well. So that will start very soon. Business is picking up.
Yeah.
We don't really think Fatu's hurt, do we?
No.
No. Okay. Now all 10 men are in the same ring at this point. All right. Let's see. I have Roman pinning Tonga is what the Outrage Zone says. I say the heels win because the infight. There we go. Bronson pins Punk, and nothing is figured out. Interesting, Ryan.
I like that one.
GST says, I love Producer Man's idea. RJ says, does 2.0 need to go over? I think they do. Tommy, I agree with your take.
Yes.
If Roman goes over, now it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead, and now you got to have Roman keep chasing Solo, and Solo's still going to say, I'm the original. I beat you again. I pinned you in the last one, and I just beat you in WarGames. Now what? That's how you
100%.
continue the story.
100%.
Oh, nice.
All right,
story.
so now, so the other part about this for people who are watching and listening right now, when you've got 10 guys, it's kind of like putting together a Royal Rumble match. It's so difficult. What these guys are doing, it's kind of like a dance.
Yeah.
And the dance has to all flow or it looks like a convoluted mess. And I've just been amazed, guys, at how good they've put this match together.
Look at this.
I'm shocked at how good Bronson Reed's looked.
This one, he's looked great.
Bronson's, he's a beast. Oh, no.
This will never happen. Not a chance.
He's got to move.
No chance. Oh, no. Oh, Punk saved him.
What?
Punk just saved him.
What?
Wow. I did not have that on my bingo card.
Nope.
Punk saves Roman.
And the wise man holding the one finger up. Dude, this is storytelling to the nth degree. This is back in Pat Patterson's days with producing matches, guys.
By the way, did you notice how that table never had a chance? Never had a chance. That thing broke like a twig. Holy smokes.
Look at Roman.
This is
wow. Look
good.
at this.
He says, you saved me, respect, gives him a hand. Now let's go win this son of a bitch. Oh! Fatu from behind. Oh!
Oh!
And he's still selling the knee, boys. Still selling the knee. All right, we're about to see a finish. Everybody's still down selling.
Yeah.
So the finish is coming very, very soon.
Yes, it is. Charles Robinson moving everything out of the way.
Yep. Photo. No. I'm so excited right now, guys. I want to see who's coming out.
I'm hooked. I'm in.
CM Punk is. I said this on one of our shows the other day that I was gone for the really good Punk years, and I'm starting to now realize why he was so popular because I never really got it before the last few months.
Yes. Oh, don't tell me my thing went out. Oh, no.
No, mine. I almost said the same thing.
It froze.
Mine stopped too. Mine froze too. All right, here we go. A little double D.
Oh.
That's how I went through my first table was with the Dudley Death Drop. All right, so now look at the carnage. Look at the carnage. What are we doing here? Setting up a table.
What's going to happen?
That's the most important.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? What?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? I thought you said you know.
No,
I thought you said you did too. I'm like, what's going to happen? I'm waiting for your answer.
It's got me, man.
Oh, okay. Now everybody's up. Yeet me. And then, are you going to yeet me again?
Come on, Jimmy.
Oh, into this. All right, now Sami Zayn. Hey, how about that meeting? Hey, Sami, by the way, Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy! Wait a second. Why is he looking around?
He's going. Oh no.
Whoa.
He's
I'm
going up.
turning my sound. Okay. I had to turn my sound up for a second. I thought I missed some music. All right. So the top rope wasn't good enough, guys. Now he's going. Okay. This could be the finishing spot.
Oh.
All right.
Is he positioned right on that table, Coach?
There's a lot of room up on top.
Oh, wow.
That's what I said, Raph.
It takes balls to do it off the top. It takes bigger balls to lay there and take it.
Yep.
And by the way, thank you once again to everybody watching us live right now. This is what we love to do the most, and this is the biggest live audience we've ever had. So thank you guys very, very much. This is incredible. We're having so much fun. Stick around. By the way, we'll have a full post-game show. We'll break down all of the matches tonight at Survivor Series after we figure out this one and if there's going to be a big surprise here at the end. God, I hope so. If they hit Rock's music, the roof is going to come off. But why would they need to? I want to see what is laid out here, guys, of why he would need to come in.
Yeah.
I need him to come in because I'm still mad at Red 1. I want my money back. I would go there and ask, hey, where's my money back for Red 1?
My daughter loved Red 1. Did you not like it?
No, it wasn't. It was okay. It was better than Gladiator 2.
See, I
really
watch Gladiator 2.
Oh, wow.
At least Gladiator's going to be the only one to make their money back. Red 1. Ooh, they held it for a year, $250 million.
What a bloodbath that is, huh, Coach?
Red
yes. 1.
All right, so here we go. They are all
what is going
circling
on?
Around Solo.
2.0
are all selling, and now it's Solo, Punk, the entire OG. So what happens here? Oh, now Roman's going to take charge.
What are they saying? Wish I knew.
I'm trying to turn up just a little bit. He's just like, maybe we go one-on-one. This is the best shape that Roman's ever been in.
Yes.
Oh, yeet! Oh, yeet again! Double yeet! Oh, they're saying, Sami, give him a little bit. Ask permission. Oh, wow.
Oh.
The timing. And then CM Punk says, give him to me. Give him to me. This is going to go right into a spear. You watch. Right into a spear. Oh, he can't get him up. Boom. Stay up. Bounce off the ropes. Here we go. Right into a spear.
Oh, look at this, Sal.
Come on, kid.
Look at this. Oh, well, there was my theory. Do you really think they're going to shake hands and hug at the end here, CM Punk and Roman, guys?
Well, the only reason that Roman would go over there would be if they want to make this about Punk and Roman. So here we go. Boy, everybody's hugging.
The numbers guy got that one right.
Yes, good job.
Shocked.
You had Roman over, but you didn't. Did you say Solo was going to take the L?
Yeah, I said he'd take the L.
Roman over Solo. Okay. Jay says that was awesome.
I'm gonna point that up for me.
Give Rafael, acknowledge him, damn it. Acknowledge him. Jordan says, do you think KO was watching and seeing Sami in this match with Roman? Well, for long-term storytelling, maybe. All right.
Here you go.
Okay, here we go. Here's the money. Everybody's hugging, except CM Punk and Roman have not touched yet.
Yep.
And now Roman is
feels
being
like
left out. He's like, what am I doing? What's going on? Look at Sami. Don't be scared to hit the gym, Sami. All right.
I know.
Hey, he's got new clothes on. Give him a break.
Or the barber.
Yeah, stepped up from the sweatshirt.
You're gonna
go to a replay right there?
What the hell?
What are we doing? Why would we go to a replay right there?
Gotta feel it, Coach.
Oh, you gotta have a feeling.
You have to feel the
game.
emotion.
And I know the person sitting in the chair. I don't want to criticize him, but come on.
You gotta feel the emotion. We know that's, or maybe they're showing that. That's why.
I'm telling you right now, I would rather go through a
Watch.
table on somebody than just the table. Look at that, Jimmy. Oh, my. I love how he does a splash. I absolutely love it.
They're so good.
Maddie says that was a cool match. I agree with you, Maddie. RJ says, now what? RJ, that's kind of the question.
Yeah.
That's kind of the question. And then it turned into 5-on-1. This surprises me. I really felt like they could have done, Tommy, what you said, and given 2.0 more juice.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't know where the storyline's going to go from here now.
That's right.
Well, we
You're
did
right.
ask the question, how would Roman feel about X, Y, and Z?
Wait a
Maybe
minute.
that was the all right, they're still talking.
Sami Zayn's
look
always
at the
a
referee behind him.
negotiator. Yeah, he's telling him to hurry up.
All right, so are we going to get a handshake?
Gotta.
All right, here we go. 2 superstars.
2
One
mega
ring.
stars.
2 mega stars. And we do get a handshake or
not. Look at the wise man in the back.
wow, we do get. They said one time. One time.
That's what they said, right?
They said one time.
No hugs, though. Look at
So
the wise
they
man.
lived
in the
up to
corner.
their word. They said one time.
They're all going to put the hand up? Even Punk, because he didn't do it last time. Yeah, see, he didn't do it.
Punk doing? He
didn't do it
refuses to
last time.
acknowledge?
Go to sleep. That's his deal.
I see what you're saying now.
So no one's coming out then.
Nobody. I know, Rafael. That's what I'm waiting for.
It was late last year, remember? We thought the show was over and Punk came out.
This is where they introduced The Rock, in my opinion. 2.0 went as far as they can go, and now they need him. But everybody still, can you imagine if Rock came out right now?
Yeah.
Went in there,
They
picked
are
everybody,
dragging
which
this
would never
out.
happen, and say, I'm the leader of 2.0?
They are dragging this, coach.
They really are.
Right? Usually it's goodbye, see you next time.
They must know Texas is still in halftime. So like, hey, we got time to kill.
Somebody's got to come out.
Something.
Full post game coming up. I think everybody in the
Look. You owe me. Thank you. Wait a minute. Trying to read his lips.
No, I'm listening. Okay, he just said, we owe each other, and when I need a favor, I'm calling you. That's what he just said to him.
Is the wise man and Roman going to hug?
He said, what is Punk's favor? I think we're going to have to wait a couple of months, guys, to find out what that favor is. See if they say anything here.
It's like I'm watching a scene from The Godfather. Everyone's hugging.
Wow.
Everyone hugging the wise man.
No hug, but he got a little bit of a rub on the side of the head. Man, he is so cool. When you're a boss and you're a leader and you're just those little subtle things like, all right, I'm here now. Let's roll. And, of course, my buffering thing just went. So if anything's happening, let me know.
Punk's way ahead of him. Punk's gone. And Roman's still walking with the boys behind him.
All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to have anything out of the ordinary. All right. Okay. We'll keep it on until they go to the end. Do not go anywhere. If you're watching right now, we'll have a full post event show here at Survivor Series, one of the big four. And now, God,
why are they staying on this so long?
Yes.
I don't get it. Maybe they're looking to get footage that they can use down the road. Maybe that's it. Because look at that. Plenty of love from Roman and Jay and Jimmy. This is the longest walk-off I've ever experienced in my life.
Look at Wise Man. I'm watching the Wise Man.
Yeah, look at Paul back there. One more acknowledge me.
That's
and
it.
Say goodnight.
Over. This is the backstage pass. This is the
Look at
package.
CM Punk. CM Punk won't do that. Oh, he stepped right next to Roman. Go to sleep.
Wow,
I
no one
mean-
comes out. Wow, I'm shocked.
Yep, it's over.
Yeah,
It's
the
over.
package.
Nobody
It's the back
came
hall.
out.
It's the back hall.
All right, that does it for the live event, and we morph, as we've done many, many times, into our post-event. Welcome into the last word part of Behind the Turnbuckle Universe. We have shows all week long. This is our post-Survivor Series show. If you have any questions, try to put them into the chat. We'll try to get to as many as we possibly can. 5 matches on the card tonight, gentlemen. And we're going to start probably with the one that we have the most negative things to say about. And that is the Women's WarGames match. It started out, it was Bayley, it was Nia Jax. I was very adamant on social media. That was the absolute wrong way to start the match.
Yeah.
Tommy, first and foremost, 1 to 10, what would you rate that match and why?
I'd give it a 6.
Wow.
Only because Tiffany and Io Sky picked that match up. Usually when you have a pay-per-view and you have an opening match, that match usually cooks in the beginning. And that match was far from cooking. It didn't even look like they knew what they were doing. And there are 2 veterans in that ring. It looked like Bayley was dictating that match by talking to Nia. They were slow. They missed spots. One sat down too long before they hit him with the chair. It was just bad storytelling. And it was just bad in the first 5-10 minutes they were in that ring. And I was disappointed at that.
Okay, so a 6 from Tommy. Somebody still has a TV on. I can hear it in the background. We need all TVs off. No, not for me, Rafael. Tom, you got one on?
Nope, I'm off.
Okay,
Double
I
check.
can hear it from somebody. Maybe it's intern Dan. Maybe intern Dan has his sound up. Rafael, what would you give the first women's match and why?
5. It was a 50-50. I was actually shocked. I thought Tommy was going to be worse than mine. I was waiting for him to do a rant so we could copy it on Wednesday to put it on Rant Wednesday. The story was just awful. I mean, I think Io Sky was the savior of the whole match. I give her kudos. I mean, every girl should give her a hug backstage after that, because she was the star of the match, not Bayley, not Bianca. It was Io, which going into the match, I thought she was misplaced in that. I don't know. I was wondering why she was even in this match. I thought they could bring someone else in there, but she saved the match in my eyes. So, Io Sky, hats off to you. Hopefully, you have a nice evening and maybe a Monday off, because you deserved it.
Yep.
With those 2 spots at the same time, it absolutely saved the match. And we talked about it when they put this match together. We said it's very convoluted. They're kind of throwing the women together. It didn't make a lot of sense. We didn't understand why they were doing this. And then you had tape shows. Well, I expected that match to be that way because of how they threw it together. And it made no rhyme, no reason. And then you also have Nia Jax. And I've been very critical of her because she hasn't gotten any better. And she's been around for so long. And I'm like, you can't get better? You can't wrestle better. You can't have better cardio. And at this point, when you're starting her in the match, guys, you're asking her to go over an hour instead of putting in 2 that could absolute go. Look what the men did. Look what the men did. So you got to have, I would have had her at the back of the cage and just waiting and coming into the match and just destroying everybody. But having her start with Bayley, and then, Tommy, we heard Bayley chattering the whole time. I knew what the spot was before the spot was even done.
Yeah.
So to me, Liv made sense. Tiffany Stratton was awesome. Io, but to me, I'm going to give that match a 3. It was clunky. It was bad. I didn't enjoy it. And to me, when you're talking about one of the big 4.
Yes.
This is one of the big 4. This is the last big one of 2024. I want to start with a banger. Start with the triple threat match. That was a banger.
Yes, it was.
But that match was slow, and I just didn't enjoy it. And they've got to really reassess the women's division on both Raw and on SmackDown, because right now it is lacking. But instead of backtracking, guys, they're adding championships. So now we've got a women's Intercontinental Championship when we don't even have 10 women that could be in a WarGames match together. They were stretching at that.
Yep.
So at this point, Tommy, don't we feel like after what we saw tonight, and I'm not saying they didn't try, that there wasn't effort. There was. It was just bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to make it as simple as that. So going forward, you've got 2 months to make the Royal Rumble match better. And I hope that they do. You know?
Well, Royal Rumble, you know how you make it better? You bring Charlotte back, you bring Becky back to add more competition with the women. That's how you make it better. Even Alexa Bliss at this
Yep.
point. We need more women superstars, and the ones they have now are not carrying it at all. Like Nia Jax, I would love to see Tiffany be the champ. She's more entertaining, she's better looking, she's more charismatic than Nia has ever been in her life, and I would love to see that.
By the way, Rafael, I don't know if you saw it, but I took a little bit of venom from the wrestling community because I said that
No.
here on Beat. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit. It wasn't crazy, but it was a matter of I said that Jade and her didn't get along, that you would see a much more energetic Bianca when they separated. Well, they separated because she has an injury. What do we see tonight? A super energetic Bianca. And I think you're going to see even more, because she hated being in that tag team. She hated being dragged down. She's a singles competitor superstar. And I thought tonight she would. If I'm looking at maybe somebody else that had a good night, I'll give it to Bianca
Yes.
after Tiffany and yeah.
100%. And you guys were saying, oh, they need Charlotte and Becky and Alexa. Well, we just got one back. We just got a single wrestler female back. We got Bianca back. Now she's not going to, hopefully she won't be doing tag team much. So bringing her back into the singles game is almost as like bringing back a new female wrestler into the ring. So I agree with you. I think with her, no more tag teaming for a while is going to help the ladies.
100%. All right, I think that's enough time on that first match because none of us liked it. Scott says, is Bianca the one that attacked Jade? God, I hope so. Because that would make everything I've said make a lot of sense. All right, match number 2 tonight, guys, and this one shocked me. I've never been a Shinsuke fan. I've never been a fan of his style. A lot of the Japanese style I've never really gotten into. Some I have, some I haven't. But, Tommy, the way they put this match together for a guy that I feel like should be given a much bigger push than what he's gotten, and that's LA Knight. This was essentially, and I hate to say it, this was a squash.
Yeah.
He had no offense tonight. Were you surprised at how little offense he had against Shinsuke, who just made his return, and this is what, his third match?
Here's my surprise out of the whole thing, Coach and Rafael, is you have Carmelo Andrade going after Andrade go at it 5 or 6 times, right? To determine that are they going to get a match with LA Knight. Shinsuke's been going for a year. He does 2 run-ins. He lays out friggin' LA Knight. He gets a title match, and then he wins the title tonight. What does that say to Andrade and Carmelo? Oh, I'm just here for a layup for what? When this guy just comes back, and what's the upside of giving him the title tonight? You leave the strap on LA Knight. He elevates everything, just the way his character is and the way he carries himself and the charisma. And now you give it to Shinsuke. I don't understand what the booking committee's thinking when they do stuff like this.
Rafael, your thoughts on Shinsuke going over tonight? I've never felt like he was that popular. I feel like they do it sometimes because they know they have a big audience in Japan watching the product from here in the States. That's what I've always thought. And tonight, I think that even more now.
I'm going to break it down in a gambling betting world number point of view. Open up LA Knight minus 180. Got bet all the way up to almost $3. The only plus money winner tonight was Shinsuke at plus 2-1. He opened up at plus 140. So the betting public thought, oh, this is a layup, as you guys want to call it, for LA Knight. And the layup was bumped, right? Looked like DG playing basketball and the church league. He missed a layup on that one. So I don't understand this issue. The only thing I can kind of think about maybe, remember when Braun Breaker won his title and then he lost it right away and then he got it back again? That's the only thing I can maybe, the yo-yo effect. That's the only thing that I can think of is maybe Shinsuke will maybe hold it for a couple of weeks and then lose it again. But I have no clue what they did in this match. Plus money, we needed it, but wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I am too. And LA Knight is not a young puppy anymore. And I think once you get to the late 30s, early 40s, things start to change. And we know his story. And I guarantee he's pissed off tonight. He's like, man, as we head into the biggest year in the history of the company, he's losing his title 4 weeks before that happens. So he's going to be a forgotten guy. That's just the way that it works. When Netflix starts and SmackDown starts on USA, LA Knight will not be a big part of their plans. And that sucks because I think he should be a big part. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Young says they killed off the new Bloodline. They should have went over. Solo, Bronson, and the Tongas really needed it if they were going to face the Usos at Mania, possibly. Young, we're going to get into the main event here shortly, but that's a very good take by you. Tommy, Maddie says, do they want the big heels so the baby faces can chase? More babies, more money. I would say that the babies won tonight. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
The babies won. They did win tonight. I don't know where it goes from here. The Bloodline. Where does it go from here?
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
We'll get
I'm
into
sorry.
that. We'll get into that. I just want.
Was he talking in general, babies?
Yeah, I think in
going
general.
Yeah.
I think in general is what he's asking. Scott says, could LA Knight win it back on the debut on Netflix? Well, Scott, it's a SmackDown title though, which is why, hey, isn't the United States title a SmackDown title? Unless I'm missing something, right?
Yes.
Right? Which is again, I hate that. I hate the separation. I just do, because now you got questions like that. It's like Robbie says, crazy. It's been a year since Punk came back. Time flies, man. I think that's why I love doing this so much with you guys. Is that's a perfect example. This year has flown by. And we're going to be sitting right here a year from now going, man, can you remember we were sitting here? It's I feel like life's going by so much faster than it should. And now
you still have no gems. Well, I said both of us. I mean, I just didn't want to. I don't have one either, Coach.
Neither do I.
Next match on the card. Triple threat. And this was a banger. This one I absolutely loved. Sheamus, Kaiser, and Braun Breaker. I give them all three a lot of credit. I know, Tommy, you've lived in this world of Sheamus, 15 years. He deserves it. Give him the Intercontinental title. But here's the problem. They just changed hands, a month ago, and they screwed Jey Uso out so Jey could be a part of the main event tonight. They didn't need to do that. But they did.
They did. Nope. And you know what? That match told a great story in there, right? You there was a couple false finishes in there, and Kaiser just comes in and he screws Sheamus. And anytime you have Sheamus in a match, you know it's going to be a banger, man. And those guys went at it tooth and nail. I'm a big fan of Kaiser. I think he's an up-and-coming guy who's going to be a big star somewhere down the road. He may even bypass Gunther at this point. That's how much I like Kaiser. And Braun Breaker, you know how I feel about him, man. The dude is just unbelievable. The things he does in the ring reminds me of Jacob Fatu. Man, I'd love to see those two guys go at it someday. And Sheamus, old school, beat your ass, pound you until I get you to get the 1, 2, 3. And they still have him going after the Intercontinental Championship with Kaiser screwing him a couple times. So maybe there's a little storyline between him and Kaiser right now.
Interesting. Rafael, your thoughts tonight? Because I thought one of the hardest things to do in any wrestling match is put together a triple threat match. And tonight, the way they had it, the way they used the outside to their advantage, I really thought it was very, very well done. Your thoughts, Rafael?
My match of the night was this one. Kaiser blew me away. I was first like, what are you doing there? You're like 100 pounds of a wet t-shirt on between these two big guys, but he held himself, and I think he was the star of the night on the men's point of view. I already gave you the star of the night on the women's was Io. I think Kaiser was the men's. I thought he was a perfect person in this match. I love how he screwed Sheamus not once, but twice in this match. So we have a storyline. This one was a great, great, great match. Of course, Braun Breaker was a heavy favorite, and he cashed, but I thought it was a great match.
I think he's in phenomenal shape, first and foremost. I feel like somebody in the last couple of weeks has set him down and said, if you really do this X, Y, Z, you can get over and you can get elevated. Because the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've seen a completely different Kaiser than what we're used to seeing before, when he was just kind of Gunther's sidekick. And let's just be honest. If anybody follows this guy on social media, he's winning in the ring.
Yep.
And he's winning outside of the ring.
And he does great mic work. His mic work is fantastic.
So you went from a Tiffany Stratton joke to his mic work?
I didn't want to. I was trying to keep it clean. I didn't know the age group that people watch this show.
I don't know how many 12-year-olds are up at. I guess it's only 9:49. I guess. Okay, but yeah, that's very, very true. So Kaiser, we'll see, and that segues nicely, guys, into the Gunther match. And user 279, love him. Welcome. Gunther needs to add more to his arsenal. That's exactly where I wanted to start. Because, Tommy, everybody that wrestles Gunther, they have to evolve and morph to his style. They have to say, you know what? This is what Gunther's going to do. He loves to do headlocks, slow pace, impactful stuff, and then take his time. And so if I'm going to give anybody credit for this match, it's going to be Damian Priest, because he did that excellently. I don't like Gunther matches. I didn't like sitting through this one, but I was just waiting for the main event, Tommy. But Gunther continues. The company believes in him, and I just don't know why. Explain that to me. He went over again tonight.
Coach, we've been talking about this for months, right? He's a ground and pound guy. He doesn't do any big time moves or flips or jumps or anything like that. And then you got to bring yourself down to him. Fortunately, Damian can work in the ring, and he can work any style you want. He made that match. When he did that thing outside the ring where he hurt his shoulder and then Finn did the run in there, I mean, Priest can go, man. And I just don't understand what they see in Gunther keeping the title this long. And are they planning to give him the title all the way to Rumble and possibly to WrestleMania? And the only reason why I could think of for WrestleMania is that he faces Cena and Cena wins.
No, don't even say it.
I'm telling you, trailing that way, Coach.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that one.
It's trailing that way, man.
Think about this for a second. If we're laying out the matches, and again, this is why you don't need 2 nights, Triple H. You don't, because if you're laying out the matches, you've got Cody, you've got Randy somewhere, you've got Roman somewhere, then you got CM Punk somewhere, then Drew could potentially be back, then you got John Cena. What's the one person that does not fit into any of those discussions? Gunther. You're not going to promote this dude in the middle of Rock Roman or Rock Cody. But he's the world heavyweight champion, guys.
Yeah.
And when you're the world heavyweight champion, Triple H has been, I was there when they decided that those had to be the last matches on the card. It's got to be that. Yep. I mean, Triple H made the dumbest decision in the history of WrestleMania. And I was there because I was a part of it when Rock and Hogan went before Jericho and Triple H. It's always been the heavyweight title, guys. Has to be the most important thing. So, Tommy, if that's still the case, how do you put Gunther in the main event or in a main event on one of the 2 nights at WrestleMania? I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I totally agree with you. Now, look at tonight, right? Priest loses by being knocked out, right? So that angle kind of ends with him now. Now, what's the new angle? Finn Balor, right? So now Priest moves away from the championship picture, right? And now you get somebody else moving in with Gunther. I don't know who it could be. I'd like to see it be Drew, and Drew win the title and carry that title all the way to WrestleMania. Promoting Drew would be 100% better. He would carry the title better. His charisma, the way he works in the ring, he could do high fly, he can ground and pound, and he's much younger, and he looks better than Gunther. That's what I want to see. But right now, Priest is not getting another title shot for a while. His angle is going to be with Finn because Finn screwed him in this match.
Rafael, your thoughts?
First of all, you guys killed me on watching Gunther matches. Because every time I watch a Gunther match, I have your guys' voices in my head saying, why is he even a wrestler? Why is he even doing it? So first of all, thank you for killing me on the Gunther stuff. Second, he's ground and pound. You guys say he's a ground and pound guy. Isn't it a coincidence that a UFC fighter that's the exact same kind of fighter, Bilal Muhammad, in watching it, who's a ground and pound guy, and that's why Dana White hates him? He's watching the Gunther match at the same time. I thought that was kind of a little bit ironic that the guy sitting there is the same type of wrestler that Gunther is. But I don't know what they're going to do with him in the future. Because every time I think they're going to strip the belt and he's going to fade away, then they keep his belt and they promote him for more. But I never thought about John Cena Gunther. That's a very interesting. I can see that happening because let's face it, John Cena's gonna win a belt just to beat Ric Flair's record. He's gonna do it. It's no ifs,
yes, he is. Yes, he is. But it's not going to be against Gunther. Stop saying that because you're going to speak it into existence. And I refuse to give 2 nights of my life if that's one of the matches that we're going to see.
I'm gonna put in the dirt sheets tomorrow.
Let's see. Oh man, how about this? Thank you guys. I have been looking after my mom, who has Huntington's for 6 years. The wrestling community is a great place, and it's cool how the wrestlers in town like you guys are so good. Man, Maddie, thank you. He's from
Wow.
Western Australia.
Wow.
For those
Wow.
of you, he comes the farthest. It's 4:50 in Hawaii. That's very true. All right. So that match we agree we didn't like. And Nakamura, LA Knight. So let's tackle the main event and then get the hell out of Dodge. We've been on for about an hour and 20 minutes. The live number tonight has been amazing. Thank you to all of you who came and found us here. Tell all your friends we'll be here at the Royal Rumble. Maybe Saturday night's main event. We'll see. We'll see. But the main event, guys, Tommy, let me start with you because I thought it was incredible storytelling. I thought they brought forward a lot of the different little mini rivalries that we've seen the last several weeks. I thought they went the opposite of what we all wanted, which we didn't know what we wanted. We didn't know who we wanted
No.
to be running, but at the end, it was nothing. And I think that was kind of a weird, awkward way to end the show. But I don't mind it when they don't exactly give you what the dirt sheets say are coming, because the dirt sheets never know. They're guessing. They're always guessing. And I thought tonight a nice way to end it, and now we can carry that forward. I just didn't like it for Bloodline 2.0. Your thoughts?
Right. I totally agree. I wanted them to go over because I want Roman to keep chasing. Solo needs that. Roman doesn't need it, right? Roman's established. You're trying to establish these young guys, and he already beat Roman once. Because you imagine if they would have won tonight. And I'm not saying Roman has to take the pin, but his team has to lose in order for him to start chasing Solo again. So where do we go from here? I really don't know. But that main event match told a story right from the beginning. In the beginning, you saw Roman in the cage, looking around, not being interested, not looking at Punk. What's going to happen in the match? They told the story the very minute that match started. All the boys got their entrance, and then you saw all Solo's guys in the cage with them. They were a cohesive unit. They all listened to Solo. He dictated what went on, and then you saw the other side where Punk and Roman weren't getting along in the cage. He bumped him. He was going to go out, and then Punk went out, and then they told a great story in the ring, and then they end up shaking a hand, and everybody's asking, what is that favor? Is the favor he's going to get Gunther a match? How can he get Gunther a match? I can't figure that out. If it's going to be a title match, so we're all thinking about the favor right now. So we'll see what happens. What happens with Roman and the rest of the guys? We'll see.
Tommy, it's only like an hour show. Like you just gave me the longest take of all time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rafael, clearly Tommy is feeling some kind of way about the main event right there.
Yes.
However, I think the most important thing Tommy just said was hearing that sound of CM Punk hugging the wise man and saying, "We owe each other. And when I need a favor, I will be calling you." That will be very important as we move forward. And I'll be interested to see, Rafael, how they get through the next month. Because once we get to January, that's going to be the easiest writing of all time. But until we get there, how do they carry stuff forward based off of how that main event ended tonight? Your take?
The end of the match is going to carry that whole month. What did CM Punk whisper? What that's going to carry this whole, not the whole match. We're going to forget about what happened in the match, except myself, because I called who was going to pin who, so I get to raise my one finger. But we're all going to remember what was whispered in the wise man's ear. That's what we're going to remember for the whole month until that. The only thing I can think about maybe why they let 2.0 lose, well, maybe they can start bringing in The Rock into it. Like, is he in charge of 2.0? Maybe they can sell that for a whole rest of the month until we get into January. But because he's almost done filming Mohana, the live action movie, so he'll have some time on his hand. Please don't do Red 1 2 because I will kill myself. But it'll be very interesting to see if maybe that's why they let 2.0 lose, because maybe they can bring Brock into a little bit more, as maybe he is the leader of 2.0.
If that happens, guys, I will eat every single word that I have said here tonight. And I wonder if maybe, just maybe, that they are targeting January 6th to have 5, 6, 7 different gotcha moments. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe that's why they didn't do it tonight. They want to save it for January 6th, 2025. Because that to me is And I was there, Tommy, too, for several big moments in the company, and they felt big. And I have said that it's kind of like putting lipstick on a pig, how they're not, or they are ignoring a lot of the issues they have with their product right now, like lack of bench on both sides, in my opinion, to have two full brands. But I think this, Tommy, would you agree?
Yes.
At least financially, is kind of the line in the sand to put the whole last 25 years behind you and move forward with a whole new thing. And they're attaching it to that $5 billion mark instead of saying, let's put some really good storylines out there, and that will lead the charge. All we're hearing about is money, money, money,
Yeah.
money, money, money.
Yeah.
But it's got to change, and maybe that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes off of storylines, right? So if you come off of you got January 6th, yeah, and you're waiting for all these things to pop, then well, that's the appropriate time. It's the $5 billion deal. It's 500 million a year. You got to make things pop. You got to make Netflix happy and everybody else who's involved. Nick Khan, Mark Shapiro, Ari Emanuel, Triple H's going to have a lot of heat on him, man, to present that product from here on USA and Fox to here, up to here with Netflix. There's no other window but Netflix right now, and they have to deliver the best. And what way to do it on an opening night? Have Brock come out. Maybe have Brock come out. God, you would blow the roof off the internet if that happened on January 6th.
I smell
wonder
buffering
where-
ads. I'm gonna do buffing ads. Will it be buffing for like we did in Tyson Jake Paul? I'm gonna do that. Will it buff during the first episode of Raw?
Did you see what Triple H said when they asked him about the buffering issues?
Oh,
He
no.
said, hell, if
Yeah.
it's 50 or 60 million, I'll take all the buffering I can get, which is a good point.
Yeah.
Right now, they're at like 1.5 million a week are watching Raw. When
Yeah.
I was there, it was like 4 or 5 million. That's something that nobody's talking about. They're at a situation. Let me see my two guys. I got to be able to talk to my two guys. All right, I need to talk to them. So when we think about it, Tommy, and we're at 1.5 to 2 million, then they want to get to 4 or 5 million. They think Netflix believes they can do that, whether they add ads or not. And so right now, that should be what they're focused on. Not, well, we got $5 billion coming in. Well, AEW is getting shredded, and they've got 185 million coming in. So it's not all about the money. It's about, can we sustain this? So 52 weeks a year, we're clamoring to go to Netflix and watch Monday Night Raw. That's what I would be focused on. Tommy?
Dude, if you don't get 6 million the first night, it's a flop for WWE and big time Triple H. If they're not going to get 6 million people watching that show, when will you get it? Right? When will you get it? You ain't going to get it the next week. People don't care. They care on that opening night. You, as you know, storylines carry everything. You grab them on January 6th. I can't wait to watch next Monday night. I'm not watching Monday Night Football. I don't change the channel anymore. I got to go from streaming back to direct TV or whatever you're watching. You got to grab them people right at the beginning, and the heat's going to be on Triple H.
It's got to be a banger night, Rafael. Tommy's absolutely right. They've got to lead up to this night like it is WrestleMania. They really do, don't they?
I think it's in their eyes, it's probably going to have to be bigger than WrestleMania, because WrestleMania, we all know what we're going to see, what we're going to do. It's 2 nights. We suspect who's going to come out, who's not. But I think January 6th, I'm going to do odds. I'm going to put up, will Hulk Hogan appear? Will DX appear? I'm going to put all those stuff out, because I think this is going to be probably one of the bigger wrestling events in any company, not just WWE. I'm talking WCWT and any wrestling company. This will be one of the bigger events, because they have to hit a home run. If they don't, like Tommy says, who's going to watch January 13th? Who's going to watch January 20th if they don't knock it out of the park for the first one?
Well, I think we're talking about casual fans watching. The OGs, just like DTL and BTT, they're always going to be there. Right. But it's getting that casual fan in. It's getting that fan that's watching, Tex-Mex Motors, and then, I can watch Monday Night Raw right next to it. That's the ability that Netflix has that other places just simply do not have. And then if you're got Australia in the house tonight, if you're watching from around the world, we just got announced, guys, that Netflix worldwide will basically be airing everything. SmackDown, Raw, the PLEs, WWF Network, WWE Network, I thought it was already dead,
Gone.
but apparently it's
January.
dead as of January.
Yep.
Did you guys realize the network was still going at
I
Peacock?
didn't even know it was still
I didn't know
going.
that either. I didn't know that
I'm
either.
probably still paying for it, and I don't even know.
That is so true. That is so true. It's the money within the money, as we like to say. So no more WWE Network. So in order to get all that library, Tommy, I have a feeling it's going to be on Netflix. That would be the smart play.
Oh,
Is have all of that library there, because then if you're Netflix, now you get people coming over and saying, man, $14.99, I got the entire WWE library. Now that to me is worth something. And that I think that's what they're going to do.
it's worth something. And I've been an international, I ran it. You're killing every international affiliate that gets Raw because they're not getting it anymore because Netflix has the rights to Monday Night Raw. And you're an affiliate like Sky Sports or Sony India or Japanese TV or China TV. You ain't getting Raw, guys. You're not getting it. It's done. So you're just annihilating all your affiliates when that deal comes through in January.
Sam says, get ready now for a month of Miracle on 34th Street fights. Then January will be great. Sam, truer words have never been spoken. Oh, my God. I remember we used to walk in. They'd be like, hey, guys, today is the Thanksgiving food fight, which was actually a lot of fun to do.
Yep.
The Thanksgiving food fight every year was a ton of fun to do. But after like the fifth year, when I realized, one year I remember they said, so, Coach, at this point, we're going to take a full 5-gallon thing of strawberry ice cream, and we're just going to put it over your head. And then you're going to sit there with the thing over your head. I said, why the hell would I do that? And the classic line that I always got, because we told you to.
Yeah.
Okay. So then if you watch it back, I've got a 5-gallon drum over my head, strawberry ice cream just seeping down my suit or whatever I was wearing at the time. That's what he's talking about. Then you have these stupid Santa Claus versus Santa Claus matches.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Or the
Oh,
the turkey gravy match or whatever. There was a gravy match in there somewhere.
Oh, by the way, I just did, Hornswoggle. You guys remember Hornswoggle?
Oh, yeah. How did that go?
Yeah, it went great. So I'm going to be on his podcast. I think it's coming out next week or sometime. But anyway, he was the best. Him and Eugene, best rivalries I ever had. We had a food fight in Europe one time, Rafael, that literally we got chased through the bottom of the arena, walked into catering or ran into catering and had a food fight, just me and him, while everybody else was pretending to be eating dinner or whatever. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
We were talking about on his show.
Nice.
We'll go over it. It was food fights are great when they're choreographed.
Yes.
When they're choreographed. A couple of more things, and we're going to get the hell out of Dodge, guys. Tonight, there was 3 names that were nowhere to be found. Rafael, let me start with you. There was no Cody Rhodes tonight. There was no Kevin Owens tonight. There was no Randy Orton tonight whatsoever. And if they're thinking leaving those guys off, or it didn't make sense, or we got to stick to the 5-match pay-per-view, I don't know what the reason is, but those are 3 of your biggest stars. But we got Shinsuke and LA Knight. Your thoughts?
I understand why they weren't there, because the storylines didn't fit at any 3 of them. I mean, maybe Cody Rhodes with Roman, but that's swinging out of the right field. I just didn't think that would work. Kevin Owens, that wouldn't work unless Cody was there. And Randy Orton, so it didn't shock me. I'm more shocked that we didn't see Brock or anybody else or a bigger name than them 3. I'm more shocked at that.
Yeah, Tommy, are you a little shocked that?
Well,
I mean, not even an appearance, not even a backstage interview, nothing, literally nothing.
how do you not have the champ on the show? And we talked about this on our show, right? They could have did a contract signing for Saturday night's main event with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes to continue that storyline. And I'm not saying beat each other up or turn the desk over. Just be face to face. Have a little interview in the ring. Here's the contract time. Now you're putting over Saturday night's main event. You're putting over Cody and KO. That's going to have a title match. But no, we don't hear nothing from Cody Rhodes, the champ. How do you keep him out of a PLE? I just don't understand how the champ is not on there.
I don't either. But they have, and this will never change. But God, I would love it if it did. The fact that now we have no weeks off. So Monday they're going to be in Seattle, and I had one of my greatest nights in Seattle. I'll tell the story on the last word Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern. Tune in. But now, guys, as we fill in Christmas, and then we're going to have another, 4 weeks? So we have about 8 episodes of each show with right in the middle the launch on Netflix. So how important, Rafael, in your mind, is the next 2 months? Because whether it's January 6th or whether it's at the Royal Rumble, those 2 nights are going to dictate what we see at WrestleMania.
Storytelling, and storytelling for the next until January 6th. We have to have build up for January 6th. That's you guys have taught me. I am so glad I've met you guys and got to listen to you guys, because I've learned so much in the last couple of months on how you watch a match and how you can tell on a great storytelling just through eyes, just through motion in the ring, not even with the cameras not even pointing to you. That what needs to be sold for the next couple of weeks leading into Netflix.
Tommy?
It's got to start Monday, Coach. The storyline's the hot writing's got to start Monday. You can't take a week off from Raw from this point on, or a week off from SmackDown from this point on. It all starts with storytelling in the ring to make people want to watch. And please end this branding. End it and make them work both times on SmackDown and Raw. Me and Coach been preaching this since the summertime.
I remember when they announced this change, and from a talent perspective, it's absolutely atrocious. But if you're going to get paid millions of dollars, and we're only talking about a few guys, we're not talking about all the rosters, because they'll never do that. But to me, if you're making $10 million a year, well, guess what? For the next year or two, I'm grinding. I'm showing up every Monday, and most of the guys that are at that level have a bus. It's not they got to fly all over the place. But you need to have Cody and Roman on Mondays and Fridays. You got to have KO and Randy Orton on Mondays and Fridays. You got to have a lot of these guys on Mondays and Fridays to make everybody happy. And to make us happy. We got to be able to talk about it. And I need the stars. I can't be talking about, we need Charlotte back. We need Becky back. I can't talk about Nia Jax anymore. Cannot.
Nope.
Cannot do it. Because all I do is get shredded.
Poor Nia.
God, how bad is she really? I mean, it's bad. It's bad. But yet, she's the champ. She's the champ.
Who's worse, Nia or Jada? Who's worse?
She hates me, by the way, Rafael.
Hates me.
Years ago when and this shows how crazy it was at the time. When I left ESPN and I came back, I told Vince, I've got 4 golf events that I already have on my schedule I didn't want to miss. In my first 10 years in the WWE, I missed 1 Monday night. So now I come back 10 years later, tell Vince I'm missing 4 events in that calendar year. How do you think that went over? He said, no problem, Coach. We got you. Well, he had me until the second missed event, and he's like, this is some bullshit. And I was like, but I told you. So they started filling in, and I remember they put Renee in my spot. And so nobody liked the fact they brought me back. They were, whatever the reason. I'm not going to use a jealous word. It is what it is. But Nia Jax led the charge. Renee in Coach's spot. She didn't like me for whatever reason. I had no issues with Renee. I think Renee's terrific.
Yep.
I think she does
Where's
a great
Renee
job.
at now?
What's that?
And where's Renee at now?
We said this last week. I said, man, she's got to be looking at herself going, man, I had it all over there. But I promise you, she's probably making double over there.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you get to a point in your life, you're like, man, I'll take the money.
Yep.
Even if nobody's showing up, I'll take the guaranteed money.
Yep.
They did it in WCW. When remember those guys came over, you got to make $5-6 million.
Yeah.
How come they're not showing up?
Yep.
Because it's 50 cents on the dollar if they do.
Yep.
Incredible stuff. I could tell those stories for days. Rafael, thanks for taking the time tonight, buddy. We appreciate you very, very much. By the way, I'm going to ask you publicly. We've got a new show starting on DirecTV, Amazon Prime, all the stadium platforms, first of the year. It's going to be like a round table, kind of like this. Add maybe 1, add maybe 2. We're going to have some former WWE superstars. I don't want you to feel out of place, but I would love for you to be a part of it if you want to be a part of it from time to time. Your thoughts?
You know my answer, Coach. Tag me in. Tag me in.
Count him in. Tommy, can you stay up that late on a Wednesday too?
If I have my warm milk, I'm good.
Yeah.
Warm milk. Put that on a bingo card too today.
Yeah, I didn't have that on the bingo card tonight. All right, gentlemen, great job. It's a
Thank you.
Saturday. Thank you to all of you at home. We went about an hour and a half tonight. I think that's perfect. So we're going to
Yes.
start doing that for all the PLEs. We'll come in the main event, and then we'll take it. Post game as well. You guys are amazing. I mean, you found us, you stayed with us, you engaged with us. So it says hot tag. So thank you very much. Let's continue to make this thing grow in 2025. Just turn on those notifications. Every time we start a show, you get notified. You got me, Rafael, Tommy. I've got some other names you don't know yet. They're coming. We're going to start to dominate the wrestling space right here at BTT. In the meantime, there's only one thing. Can't do that here. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. I'll just say this. I love my crew. For Big Tommy C, for Rafael, for intern Dan, for producer man who's running all over the place, making all this stuff work. I am the coach. We will see you Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, live on The Last Word. Until then, there's only one wrestling brand you even need to worry about. It's called BTT, Behind the Turnbuckle.